Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Just United with myself, Gov, and my bro, M-Flows.
Yes, people, you already know who it is.
And I'm here with...
H-Flows. H-Flows. I'm liking it. It's my rap name. It's going to be good. I can't rap for anything. I can't even rap a rap like a burrito. I can't rap it at all. But I'm joining in with it. It's going to be fun. But no, it's Hamza from Friday Night Counter Attack. Make sure you're following I'm Just United. Make sure you're following M-Flows, not H-Flows. H-Flows, you can follow us on Friday Night Counter Attack. And we've got a preview ready for you.
Right, guys, so let's get into it. So we're going to talk about the transfers that we had coming this summer. Just give us your thoughts on them. Obviously, we've had Lenny Euro.
I mean, we're letting the Liverpool fan react to it first.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I mean, to be fair, you know what, yeah? I do definitely think that United have been very proactive in this transfer window. It seems like the board are backing him this season, especially after last season as well. But the signings seem quite promising. Of course, you know, there's been a couple of injuries. But yeah, I'm liking some of the business that United have done, and it pains me to say that.
I wonder why. Who have you signed again?
Listen,
Zooby-dooby-doo. It's not happening, I'm afraid.
The biggest signing we made was Slot, and, well, pre-season obviously spoke for itself, because when I checked the scoreline, what was the scoreline?
Yeah, well, two of our players did get injured in that game.
So, bro, scoreline still speaks.
That was their win. Seeing our players get injured as well. It's crazy.
But yeah, I think the signings have been good. We've obviously made a few signings just recently with Delict and Mazraoui. Are you happy they got over the line?
We spoke last week on our last conversation as well that we will talk again when Delict and Mazraoui comes in, and this is the time we get to talk again about it. And Delict is a player where the media are trying their absolute best to play down the signing, and it's a Manchester United player who's not been born in Manchester. That's the best way I can describe Matthijs de Ligt. He looks like a leader. He looks really strong on the ball. He looks good in the air. And he looks like someone who's actually got the pace about him as well. And the pace is something that we've lacked a lot of in recent years with Varane, with his knees going, with Maguire, of course. And Victor Lindelof is getting older now as well. The quicker ones in our team are not in defence. And Matthijs de Ligt, when we've seen a fully fit Matthijs de Ligt, rather for the Netherlands, he didn't really play that much for the Euros for the Netherlands, or with Ajax, mostly at Juventus and at Bayern Munich as well. He's been very quick in recovery as well. And it's like when you see England fans talk about recovery pace from Kyle Walker. I'm not saying he's the quickest centre back in the Premier League, Matthijs de Ligt, but he's going to be up there as his fitness goes along, and he gets used to the Premier League as well. And I'm looking forward to it as well. It's going to be good. But Mazraoui is going to be a big one because I don't want to see him rotated. And we spoke about this last week as well. Left back, right back, left back, right back, left back, right back.
Just give him I think he needs to do it though. You know, at the moment
he has to, because Luke Shaw is not going to be sold anytime soon as well. He's survived another transfer window, and when you've had someone at the club for 10 years. And we've got rid of Varane and Martial, who have been injury prone.
Yeah.
Why isn't Luke Shaw getting on his You should be going. You should be leaving. But no, I don't get that.
Well, we know why, because he always gets injured.
And I'm sure there was a big, massive uproar the other day because he's got another new injury.
New injury, and he recently signed a contract extension as well, which is crazy. He's actually eligible for a testimonial as well. Do you know how mad that is? Testimonial for Luke Shaw. He probably won't even turn up because he's injured all the time. Do you know how crazy that is? It's mad. It's absolutely mad.
You know why though, don't you? It's because he's been injured for 243 games, so that's half of his testimonial there.
Exactly. It's poor.
Testimony to his fitness.
It's nothing in terms of disrespect. It's the fact that as a football club, we need to see progress on the pitch as well as off the pitch as well. And you can't have sentiment for someone who's been injured. He had that horrible leg break against PSV back in 2015, 16 or so. But realistically speaking, he should have been sold 3-4 years ago. Great England player, don't get me wrong, but Man United have to improve in terms of getting rid of some of these players. And there were fans, you probably saw it from your side as well, that they were getting upset because Wan-Bissaka's leaving.
Yeah.
He's not a club legend.
I still think he's a decent defender to have those.
Absolutely decent defender, but remember our standards have dropped from back in the day when you'd see someone like Van Persie come in for a couple of seasons. He won us the league and then he left, and we had more people crying over Wan-Bissaka than we had when Van Persie was leaving because we thought, oh yeah, Van Gaal is going to change it. He didn't really change it. So now it's time for when Ineos get to kind of put their foot down and go, you know what?
Obviously, you've got one of the best Premier League defenders. How much of a difference does it make to your team?
Which one are you talking about?
Well, listen, they've all got
Trent, Robertson, Konate.
I mean, let's be honest. Whilst I think there are some top centre backs in the league. You've got Saliba, Gabriel at Arsenal. You've also got Stones and Ruben Diaz at City. You've also got is it
No, but obviously Van Dijk's been one of the obviously until he had the injury with Pickford, he was one of the best
he
defenders.
still is.
How much would you say it makes a difference though to your team?
Of course, when you've got somebody like Van Dijk at your peril, really, everybody can rely on him. He's a constant source of reassurance.
Something we didn't have. Yeah.
Exactly that. He's a leader. He's a character, of course, club captain now as well. He sets the example. He sets the tone. And when you're looking behind you for safety and security, you look at Van Dijk and really and truly, who else?
It's true.
Do you go and look? You look at your big characters in your dressing rooms. This is a guy who starts for Netherlands, starts for Liverpool. Apart from, of course, the ACL injury, has been ever present in our team. And when we bought him for 75 million, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I thought he was going to be what he's turned out to be. Yeah. I thought he was going to be a great player, but he's been absolutely transformational.
That's what I'm hoping these signings will be, because obviously, we had it at one point when we had Lisandro Martinez and Varane and then Casemiro sitting in front of them. That at the start of that first season, we had it for a while. Injuries. Obviously, I still say it to this day. We've got a physiotherapist, the head doctor from Arsenal, and that guy, I'm telling you, is inside man. 100%.
He only started this summer, so we're gonna have to wait and see if he can actually do his magic.
No, he's definitely inside man. I'm telling you.
If he gets us to 20 injuries this season as opposed to 65 that we had last season, then we'll be fine.
Okay,
65 injuries. Is that how much you guys had last season?
65 separate injuries, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Ten Hag." I'm like, he's got like Evans and Casemiro at centre back. You know how crazy that is? Just to say out loud.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans and Casemiro at centre back.
I mean, it
looked like we could have that for the start of the season at some point before these transfers came in.
I thought it was going to happen in the Community Shield as well. Evans and Casemiro centre back would have been crazy to see.
So we're going to get into the starting lineups. Instead of doing mine first, we'll go with yours. So yeah, you can talk us through your starting 11.
I mean, the audience want to hear from Mohit, the Liverpool fan. So by all means, you've got Mount, Fernandes, both as false nines. You've got Garnacho and Rashford on the wings, and then you've got Dilly and Mazraoui starting as well. So I'm starting the new boys in early. Xerxes, our new strikers, on the bench as well, because I want to see him have a bit more time. Because when you've seen a lot of players at Man United, they normally start so well, and then it dies off, and you're just kind of there like, oh, they're not very good. And you want that appeal to be there for every single player. But for Dilly, I think is ready. He's been in a full preseason with Bayern Munich. Mazraoui the same. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, but no striker just yet because Højlund's injured, and I don't want to rush Xerxes or play Rashford out of position as well. What do you think?
Okay, I think the teams.
Oh,
sorry. Go on.
I need that Liverpool reaction first. Come on. Now.
I mean, to be honest, the fact that you just said playing Rashford out of position, like he wants to be the number 9, doesn't he?
No, he does not play good with his back towards goal. He gets bullied out a lot by physical centre backs, and he loses the ball on the half turn a lot, which is not great. He likes that freedom on the wing on the left hand side.
He likes to pretend that he wants to be the number 9 because then obviously he's guaranteed to be in the squad and start.
No,
he's like the main man.
He's more like an inside forward though, because if he's an inside forward, he's not a winger, so he can just stay up front. Doesn't have to
do you know like after he scored the 40 goals, he was like, "Oh, now I want to be the striker. I want to take over that position."
I disagree.
And we can see it doesn't work.
I disagree with that because it worked really well when you had Lukaku as a striker. It worked really well when you had Wout Weghorst in the team. Can't believe I'm saying that out loud. Wout Weghorst as our number 9 striker, and Rashford scoring 35 goals in the season, which is crazy.
And I'm sure Weghorst didn't even score a goal for you, did he?
He scored 1 goal in like a second leg. It was like 4-1 already in the game, which is crazy. But that's the balance that Man United need to build toward as well.
That celebration was mad though.
Oh, he was so passionate. He was passionate like every fan as well. But he's not the Dutch striker we have now. We've got Xerxes in the team as well. So that's why Xerxes has been brought in, to be fair. Where Xerxes can drop in as a false nine and help create more chances for Rashford and Garnacho. And Gov, you were there at the Community Shield as well. Yeah. So you saw how when Fernandes saw Garnacho running through on the right wing. Are you happy with that Garnacho right wing? Because I personally am.
I think it's better. It's better because
less
obviously
threat
Ronaldo
on the left for me.
Rashford prefers the left.
Rashford wishes he was
and then
Ronaldo. Can't even
obviously-
lace his boots, man. Can't even lace his own.
He can take free kicks like it as well. Like free kick against Chelsea was crazy. But yeah, carry on.
But I think obviously Rashford prefers the left. Garnacho, we've been crying out for that natural right foot cross for ages when we've had Anthony on the right wing. And I think it suits him, and obviously it's just better because you can shoot and you can cross. And obviously when we've got a striker in like Højlund in those 5 games in the Champions League, when he went on that scoring run from the beginning in the Champions League, you could see when the crosses were coming in, he was getting on the end of them. We just can't get that from Anthony, and obviously he's come out and said that he's been working on it, which you expect as a professional footballer.
I've been doing my job.
Yeah,
Well, what was he doing last
going to take
season?
you into my starting 11 then. I've gone with Xerxes up top, and I've gone Garnacho on the right, like you said. So I've put him there as well. Rashford on the left, Bruno in the 10, and then Mountain, Mainu, Holding. And then I've gone with Dallo right back, Delict right centre back, Johnny Evans, and then Lissandro Martinez, because I do think he will keep the back line from the Community Shield. He might change one player in there, but I think he will play Lissandro Martinez as a left back.
Before
again.
Mohit reacts to it, can you imagine, as the audience, can you imagine if we had Maguire and De Ligt at centre backs, and there was someone who can cross a ball in for a corner? Do you know how many goals would score from set pieces? It'd be insane. Both like 6'2", 6'3". They're both bulky as well. Just Maguire slap head on it, De Ligt slap head on it as well. It'd be fantastic.
2 fridges, basically.
Yeah.
Centre-back.
Dutch fridge,
the
English fridge.
Mazzarari's over 6 foot as well, isn't he? Xerxes over 6 foot.
Yeah, and he's got his
Yoro's over
afro as
6
well,
foot.
which makes him look taller as well.
I think he's trying. You can see he's trying to get the height in.
Get the
Obviously, a lot of
physicality
people are
back,
going to say, "Oh, he signed all these old ex-players or whatever."
Mm.
But the reason for that is because he doesn't need to teach them how to play.
Yeah.
They know how he wants to play. So straight away, obviously, we've seen it can backfire if you throw someone in straight away with the Euro injury. I do think that he will throw a few of them in. I don't know if Mazzarari will start. Just because obviously he worked well against City, the back line.
Exactly.
I think he might just change Maguire because obviously, let's be honest, he's a liability.
Physicality for
Do you
physicality.
think he's
Mohit,
actually...
react to the Johnny Evans over Maguire. That's what I hear your
I know that. I was
Maguire
that's
over
literally
Evans.
what I was
Crazy.
just about to say. Like, you would rather like Evans is like,
Evans was our most reliable defender last season.
and he's got more grey hairs than all 3 of us put together. Like he
And we're dying ours as well, which is crazy.
yeah,
I don't see it.
exactly.
I don't know about dying yours. I certainly ain't dying mine. I'll live that silver fox lifestyle. But of course,
you'd be grey and old until you win another Premier League title.
Oh, that's gonna be a long time.
You wish, man. You guys are looking up to us nowadays. It's role reversal, man. All in
Okay,
school,
okay.
all I heard about.
Okay. Let's get into the actual opposition tactics now instead of the Liverpool opposition.
I mean,
I won't be discussing that yet. That's for future.
I mean, this is where I'm a bit concerned with if you would start your team as well. Mount and Mainu against Lukic, Smith Rowe, Pereira. If they are going to be playing, Iwobi as well coming into the middle.
Pereira's going to have a bone to pick for sure.
I mean, they beat us last season 2-1 in the 90th minute as well. I was on BBC Radio afterwards and I was telling them all. I was like, this is what happens when you give up your solidity in the midfield. And Man United are still a team learning about how to be solid in the midfield. And it's been very, very poor over the last season, really. So that's something I want to see reacting straight away to. We saw it against Manchester City, but in all respect to Manchester City, I'm not going to disrespect them, but that was like their B team. A lot of players were on the bench, a lot of people were out of the squad as well. So realistically speaking, it was one of those where I'm like, we were going to get beat if Bernardo, Foden, De Bruyne, Grealish, if they're all starting at the same time. John Stones as well. It would Rodri, of course, as well.
I am worried. I'm worried about Iwobi because he always loves scoring against us. Pereira, obviously, ex-United, he's going to want to get a goal.
It's more Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe has a point to prove to everyone.
I hope he gets injured.
I
hope he gets injured.
Ban this guy. Ban this guy right now. Ban him. Ban him. We don't wish bad on anyone.
No, I'm only joking.
Unless you're a Liverpool fan. But yeah, we don't wish anything bad against it at all.
Don't worry, your time is no fun, man.
Okay, so we're going to get into the fun part of the episode. What are your predictions for the game?
Go on, Mohit. What's the plan?
I actually think that this is going to be a 2-2 game, I think it's going to be a 2-2 game simply for the reason that, obviously opening game, etc., both teams are going to want to go and get the win, United being at home. But I feel like Marco Silva's a great manager for Fulham. He does a great job. They've got a great set of attacking players as well. Of course, with Paulinho moving on, the midfield sort of defensive responsibility, not having that destroyer, that like absolute brute force is going to, of course, impact them.
It's more responsibility on Lukic now as well.
Yeah, of course. So I think that's probably
Traore is going to get the oil on his arms as well. You know what he loves to do.
Johnny Evans will
get
not
the tail out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting game.
You're going 2-2.
Yeah, I think 2-2. I do think Smith Rowe will get on the score sheet because he looks.
You heard it here first, people. Smith Rowe to score. Hamza, how about
Hamza,
you?
what do you think? What do you think's going to happen? What's your score prediction?
I'm going 4-1 Man United.
4-1.
Let's go 4-1.
Yeah,
it's the first game of the season. We need to be a bit adventurous in how we play. We're going to have lots of fans going into the stadium thinking, you know what, we've had 2 new signings this week. We should be getting as much positivity as possible going into the club. We had a really good marketing campaign with the third shirt as well. We've bought in players. We just haven't sold a lot of the players that we need to at the moment in time. But I think the players will be up for it. They had a positive game against Manchester City. I didn't think so, but the players and the staff and a lot of fans have thought they played quite well. I didn't think so personally. But you know what? Let's go for it. Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to be back at Old Trafford. We're going to see Ten Hag with his Ineos back in this time around. He's got his players. No more excuses for Ten Hag now. He's got the players that he wants. Let's give it a 4-1. What do you think of?
And what about you, Gov? What do you think then?
Everyone wants to hear what Gov thinks as well.
I'm gonna double down on that 3-1. I'm gonna go for a 3-1 because you usually do open quite well for the Premier League. Like we were sold a dream with Ronaldo when he signed, and then
more the Greenwood
Leeds game.
It was more the Greenwood and the Pogba with the 4 assists. The Leeds game,
yeah.
That's more what I've got in mind. Not the last one when we played against Wolves at home and
No, but that Newcastle game when Ronaldo returned, that was the best time in my life.
That's the best time in your life for the last 10 years.
Other than my wife, obviously, but
if you're his wife, I'm saying you don't want to listen to her at all.
But honestly, that was one of the best games just because it was pure hype. And I think we'll have the same sort of effect with Van Nistelrooy being back, like you said. Everybody will be up for it. So
make sure you wear your Make sure you wear your Ruud van Nistelrooy shirt to the game tomorrow. It needs to be done. Van Nistelrooy 10 at the back.
Let's get it, people. That was a match preview for the Fulham game. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later.
Take care.
Peace.